Yo YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be breaking down Bruno Fernandes card on FIFA 25, FC 25, whatever you want to call it. I'm a United fan, so this one was very important to me. That he's a good player because he's probably our best player in real life, and as you're seeing from the first highlight, he does not disappoint. So the way I'm going to be doing this is going to go through some gameplay first, then we'll take a deep dive into his actual stats. But let's just go through, talk about the card on screen, what you can see now. So starting off at 11,000 coins, let's take a look at his base card and see if we're getting some value. So we're looking at Bruno Fernandes, who's at 4-star skill moves, a 3-star weak foot. He can play at the cam or the centre mid position. As you see from the stats, he's got 70 pace, 85 shot, 88 passing, 83 dribbling, 65 defending, and 75 physicality. Like I mentioned, we'll go through all the in-game stats in a second, in about 2 minutes or so. If you guys prefer me to do that first, let me know down below what type of order you guys prefer, because I want to make it nice and easy for you guys. But if you guys are on this video, you're probably looking at investing in Bruno. You're probably getting him into your team. So let's break it down. Is he worth it or not? Starting off with some of his biggest pros, I would say his long shots are really good in this game. I feel like the way it's played for me personally is I've been really enjoying the 4-4-2, and I just feel like the long shots from my centre mids are so crucial. So he does actually have the dead ball kind of trait, which doesn't really help too much in terms of the long shots, but it's great for his free kicks and stuff, which we'll get to in a second. But in terms of the actual shot and his long shots, I think he's a really good asset to have, especially outside that box. He's just a really nice midfielder to have, because you know if the ball gets to him, he's going to deliver, right? He's not going to be a midfielder that can't shoot. Like, you don't just have to rely on your strikers for goals. And I think that's quite nice to have a midfielder like that. Whether you're playing him in cam or centre mid, I would prefer him in centre mid. I have used him in both. He's definitely great in both, but for me as a centre mid was a lot more beneficial towards my team. And overall, really good long shot. Then we go to his stamina as my second positive. The reason why that's such a positive, and again the reason why I wanted to play him as my actual centre mid, is because he comes in at 95 stamina. So I didn't know how much of a difference this meant, but okay, that's actually the end of the gameplay. So let's go through the actual card here. Again, let me know if you guys want to see a bit more gameplay next time. How do you guys want to see it? Let me know. But what we'll do is actually what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through that again. We're just gonna reclip that. We only had 2 minutes of gameplay today, unfortunately, but we're gonna go through again, and I'm gonna be breaking down the rest of his stats, and then we'll go through the actual card. So stamina. The reason why the stamina is so important for me, the 95 stamina, is because throughout the game, even like the 75th minute or around that area, he's actually still cooking, bro. He's actually still running up and down, and that's why I thought as a centre midfielder he's so important, because he never gets tired. So you basically have a player that has unlimited stamina, which is so useful. He can be defending, he can be attacking throughout the game, and I think it's really important. Then we had his last pro, which I would say is probably the most important, his passing. His passing is unbelievable. We're going to get into the playstyle in a second, but he has 3 playstyles to do with passing, and he has long ball plus, which I think is just incredible. His passing so accurate, and again, as a midfielder, I think he doesn't miss a lot of passes. So yes, as a cam, he'll be really dangerous in their like their third, but as a centre mid, having somebody with really good passing for me was just so good. In the 4-4-2, I really enjoyed using him there. Then we go through to his cons. We got his pace and his weak foot. I don't think the pace is too much of an issue, but I had to think of something negative about his card, and I probably would put pace in there if I had to think of anything. But considering the role he's really working with, it's not really too much of an issue. We're not looking at winger or like a striker, so I really don't think it was too much of an issue. Then we had the weak foot, which I guess would be nice if he had a 4-star weak foot. Something I really enjoyed about KDB in his prime when I used to use him in FIFA was his 5-star weak foot made him such a good cam for me, and that's the main reason why I'm not having Bruno as my cam, because I like my cam, if I do play like a flat formation with a cam, like a 4-1-2-1-2 or something, I like my cam to have 5-star weak foot, at least 4 at a minimum, because I like them to ping those long shots. So I would look for somebody a bit more with that long shot range with a better weak foot. But the centre mid, it's not too much of an issue. So that's the reason why I put him in centre mid, because the pace isn't too much of an issue. Obviously it's nice to have a bit more, but 70 pace isn't bad for sure. And then the weak foot again isn't too much of an issue, especially at centre mid. That's the reason I put my centre mid over the cam. But now we're done with the gameplay, let's go through his actual card and break it down a bit more. First of all, value for money, coming in at 11,000 coins, incredible stuff there. So when we look through his actual card here, let's go through some of the other stuff that we the real kind of detail here. His in-game card, right? So his pace, like we mentioned, nothing crazy. I think it's okay. I would like a bit more of an upgrade. So if he had like an inform or something, his pace would, would take a nice little upgrade. I think it would be really good card. Shot. we're looking more at the long shot and the shot power. And as you can see, he's got very, very good stats there. He's got, 86 shot power. He's got 85 long shot. So he really can be effective at that long range, which I really like in my midfielder. Then we have the passing. You're looking at Bruno. You're looking at a great passer. And I think his card reflects that. We've got 94 vision paired with 89 short passing and 90 long passing. You have a really, really all-round range of a passer here. And I think his passing is definitely his best stat. And then we go across, and something really interesting is this curve. When you ever play with high curve, it actually helps with the finesse shot. So the curve 85, really, really good. Dribbling, once again, great dribbling for a midfielder. Had no problem. His close shot dribbling felt really good, really agile, and I really, really enjoy this card. I didn't feel like he was clunky at all. And again, I just think it's a great card. You got 70 standing tackle. Once again, another reason why I would play him at the center mid over the cam position. Then you go to his physicality, a bit weak on the ball, not gonna lie. 60 strength, not the strongest on the ball. Again, didn't use him for that, so not really an issue for me. 95 stamina, very, very important stuff. Then we go to his roles. So the one thing I would say, which I didn't put in the negatives, but if I was being very picky here, I would say having him at the center mid, not having any roles, it's a little bit of a negative. I wish he had a plus at center mid. But if you want to play him as a playmaker, what we're going to do now, we're just going to actually do this. I don't think you... Okay. I need to quickly change the formation. Let's quickly change the formation and show you guys the way it would play out if we had him in a different formation. So let's put him at... Where's the one with the cam? There you go. We don't really care about anything else. We're just trying to put Bruno there to show his role. So let's say we had him as a cam, right? As you can see with the ball, again, I would play a different formation, but you could actually put him as a flat cam behind the striker, and he could be a playmaker. So what does the playmaker plus do? The player tends to be creative of a midfield, given license to roam and create space and opportunities for attacks, likely to be out of position if the opposition counters. So I think as a cam, you have to put him as a playmaker. I think he's a really, really good card there. And then you could put him as either balance or roaming. I've actually tried both. And normally I kind of go with roaming because I like my cam just to kind of float about. But again, because of the lack of weak foot, I don't love him in that role. I did try him there, but I found me always going to his right foot. And against better players, it was a little bit more predictable. So I wasn't a big fan of him at cam compared to centre mid. At centre mid, I just put him as a normal kind of box to box. And I felt him really, really useful. Then we go through and we look at some of his play styles where I think he really starts to shine. Starting off with the scoring one, like I mentioned, dead ball. Set pieces are delivered with increased speed, curve, and accuracy. So he's my corner taker. He's my free kick taker. So again, now you have a set piece taker guaranteed for corners. Very, very accurate. You saw a corner in that clip where he just pinged the ball right into Tukamini's head. Great stuff there. Then we go on to the ball control. He has the first touch. So as a centre mid, I think it's quite useful because when people ping passes to him, he's got that first touch. He can control the ball nice and easy. He keeps the ball flowing in the midfield. Paired up with flair. Flair I don't really use too much, but I know he's good for those kind of those flare shots and stuff like that. But I don't think that's too much of a... I mean, it could be a positive, but I don't really worry too much about that one. Then we have the relentless fatigue. This one for me is so incredible. Increases fatigue recovery during half time and extra time. So imagine you having a midfielder with 95 stamina, also having the relentless playstyle. This is why he's such an engine. This is why throughout the game, he's so kind of important and why his stamina is so up there. Then we go up to his best traits. It's his passing, incisive pass. Through passes are more accurate, swerve passes are delivered with more curve. So you can use him as a cam if you have two strikers. I would say he's a good cam because you could put him at that playmaker and you could really, really use him for those long passes. However, if you're like me and you like your cams to be a bit more involved in the actual shot side of it, I would go with somebody a bit more of a 5-star weak foot. That's just me personally being a bit more picky. However, he's still good in that role. Try him out. Let me know what you guys think. Then we go through, we have the pinged path. This one's very, very important. I've seen it a bit more used this year. The passes travel faster along the ground without impacting the trapping difficulty of the receiver. This one's so important. Again, as a centre mid for me, when I'm playing him deep, I can really ping those passes to my wingers, and I felt like the ping pass just makes it so accurate, and there was no trouble no matter where I was pinging the ball across the pitch. Then we go to his best attribute. We have a playstyle plus, long ball plus. Lob and lofted through passes are even more accurate, travel faster than ever, and far more difficult to intercept. When you put this man in attacking positions, if you have runners in behind, he will find that pass. I think Bruno was an incredible card. If I was to be fair and say what value I would pay for him, I'm honestly putting him around the 50,000 coin mark. The fact that he's 11,000 coins, I'm going to give my first 10 out of 10 rating. The reason why is because I'm looking at purely value for coins. If you guys are looking to buy a midfielder and you had 10,000 coins, who are you buying? I'm going to give Bruno a 10 out of 10 rating for that alone. If I'm looking at overall card, if I look compared compared to him to like a Rude Hullet, of course he's not going to get a 10 rating, right? But in this situation, when you're comparing him for his value for coins, if you look at his coins, I think I had it right there. Yeah, 11,000 coins. That for me is incredible. You're getting a guy for 11,000 coins that can do everything. He can play as your cam if you need. He can play as your midfielder, your centre mid, your box to box. He can do everything on the ball. He's got a few negatives. Again, for 11,000 coins, I really can't see anything better for that value. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, please let me know what type of format you guys like to see. Do you guys want to see more gameplay? Do you guys like seeing this bit where we analyze the card in a bit more detail? What do you guys like to see? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys for another player review later on today. Peace.